Well, the injury bug is biting the Falcons. 5 players went down today, including 3 offensive linemen, and that included center Joe Hawley, whose knee injury does not look good here. Vikings started their rookie quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater, with Matt Castle out with a foot injury, and Bridgewater's feet doing the work here, runs in the touchdown from 13 yards out. Minnesota on top 21-14. Later, Falcons down 27-21. Anton Smith takes the handoff, finds a hole, and he is on his way. 48 yards to the end zone. Atlanta takes their first lead of the game late in the third. Matt Asiata was a nightmare for the Falcons. 3 touchdowns. This one on a 4th down to take a touchdown lead early in the 4th. And with injuries galore, the O-line decimated. Matt Ryan is sacked, and the Falcons wouldn't score any more points after that. Former Georgia kicker Blair Walsh tacked on 2 more field goals to seal the win for the Vikings. 41-28 the final. Falcons are already flipping the page ahead to the Giants next week and say it's important to put this one behind them as soon as possible.
I mean, I think that's the way you got to approach each week. No matter if you win or lose, you have to have the short-term memory, because there's always the next going up. And for us, we got a lot of away games, so we got to take it one game at a time and find a way to get us a victory on the road.
Steelers hosting the winless Buccaneers, down by 4. Mike Glennon under center, and he fires it to Lewis Murphy, who takes it all the way to the 5-yard line. That's a huge pickup of 41 yards. 12 ticks on the clock. Glennon feeling the pressure, and then he finds his man Vincent Jackson in the end zone. They aren't winless anymore. Bucs beat the Steelers for win number 1 on the season, 27-24 the final. Ravens hosting the Panthers, and this one got out of hand and fast. Joe Flacco airs it out deep to the former Panther Steve Smith. That's a 61-yard touchdown catch. But Smith would create havoc for the Carolina D all game long. Later, it's the same duo, Flacco to Smith in the end zone. This time, it's a 21-yard TD catch. Ravens all over the Panthers today. They beat them 38-10. Well, 2014 is officially in the books for the Braves. This afternoon, they played their 162nd and final game of the season against the Phillies. The team's series finale, and the Braves didn't go down swinging. In fact, they went up. First batter at the plate, Emilio Bonifacio, and he goes yard to get the game started off. 2 batters later, Freddie Freeman. He drives in Phil Gosselin on this chopper up the middle. Fortunately, that's all they would need. Braves win 2-1. They finish off the season on a positive note and a series win.
You're not playing very meaningful games at the end. You just want to go out there and grind through at-bats and get to the offseason. And it was nice to get the win, a couple wins, and win the series and going in on a positive note. Now we can rest up and get ready for spring training.
Nationals are the NL East champs, and Jordan Zimmerman ended the regular season on a high note. The Nats starter pitched the franchise's first no-hitter since it moved to Washington in 2005. Washington beat the Marlins 1-0 today. Back to football, and there is no doubt Heisman hopeful Todd Gurley is one of the best in the college game right now. This was a 51-yard touchdown run against the Vols yesterday, one of 2 he had on the day, and he was honored for his contributions today. Gurley was named the Athlon Sports National Player of the Week for the 2nd time this season. He ran for a career-high 208 yards against the Volunteers. That's the most rushing yards for a Bulldog since Garrison Hurst in 1992, and his 16th game with at least 100 yards running. Gurley remains one of the bright spots of the UGA team, who looked a little rough in the early going of Saturday's game versus Tennessee.
I think that was good for us, being at home and facing adversity for the offense and the defense. But, we just got to move on to the next opponent and just get better and come Monday with the mindset.
Time to get in your face and on your computers. Our new High Five Sports Team of the Week poll is up and running. Blessed Trinity, Cedar Grove, Columbia, Northview, and Woodstock are all on the poll. Blessed Trinity is up a couple of thousand votes over Northview at last check, but there is plenty of time to vote. Just go to highfivesports.com, and like you see at the bottom of your screen there, you have until 3 o'clock Tuesday to get those votes in. Last day of the Ryder Cup in Scotland. One-time Bulldog Patrick Reed buries the birdie on number 7 to quiet down that European crowd. Telling him to shush, but it didn't really work. Graham McDowell on 17, he saves par to win his match. And well, he lets everybody know about it. Rory McIlroy has a birdie of his own on 12. He'd end up beating Ricky Fowler. He was waiting to pop the champagne, but it didn't really want to wait on him. The Europeans win the Ryder Cup for the 8th time in the last 10 tries. Final race of the first round of the NASCAR chase for the Sprint Cup. They're in Dover. Casey Kane hanging on to that 12th and final spot to move on to the next round. He rallied with 4 laps to go to grab it. The 24 of Jeff Gordon took the checkered flag in Dover today. So 4 drivers have now been eliminated from NASCAR's playoffs. Kurt Busch, AJ Allmendinger, Greg Biffle, and Eric Almirola. Their championship hopes are now over. Deidre?